Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're doing something super easy today. We've been going crazy with the pork, so we're doing a vegetarian meal today. Yeah, I know. We are doing some crispy tofu, and we're doing that in the air fryer, of course. This is literally everything you need here. So we have extra firm tofu. This is about 4 heaping teaspoons of cornstarch, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of Chinese five spice, about 1 tablespoon of oil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we have a little bit of green onion here. Pretty easy stuff. We'll start by making our cornstarch powder here. So we have our cornstarch, obviously. We have our salt. Just dump that in there. We have our five spice. Dump that in there. So let's give that a little mix. And as you can see, this is not rocket science. So we just want that spice and salt mixed out through this. Pretty much half of this or more is gonna go in the garbage. You end up with clumps and stuff. And this is just a dry coating. Okay. Set that aside. Set the oil aside for now too. And we'll pop out the cleaver. I love that sound. Okay, so we're taking this and cutting in half, and half, and half. So the thickness depends on how you really like it. You can go smaller pieces, you can go larger pieces, doesn't really matter. I always like more of a rectangle, so that's what we'll do today. So we'll take these and we'll just go in half lengthwise. So that's a pretty meaty chunk of non-meat. Super fast, super easy, boom. That's it for the cutting. And since the knife's already out, we'll do that green onion, or scallions, or whatever you want to call it. I just call it green onion. What do you call it? Leave me a comment. That's everything. That's all the cutting. It's done. Did you know that vegetarians are people too? Subscribe for more zany facts like this. So we're just gonna dip all of this into here. Pretty easy. So pop one in, get your spoon, toss it around, and we'll just set them aside like that. This gets super crispy. A lot of people think you need to do a whole egg wash and all this other stuff, but just cornstarch and salt and seasoning, and that's it. This is very similar to agadashi tofu minus the dashi, so it's just the age, I guess. I always love deep fried tofu. It's always so good, but I hate frying. It makes such a mess. Then you're stuck with this oil you gotta keep in the fridge. Your used oil, if you filter it, can stay good up to 6 weeks, but I always forget about it and end up throwing it out. So here's our basket for the air fryer. I'm just gonna leave that here under the top down camera so you can see everything nicely. We have our little thing of oil here, and I have a brush, which I didn't dry off yet, but whatever, it's fine. Oil and water, they don't mix anyway, whatever. So we're just gonna brush a little bit of oil on this. A lot of people think you can cook in the air fryer without oil, but that is 100% wrong. To fry anything, you must have oil. So we're just brushing on each of the sides here, not a lot. If you have a mister or a little spray bottle, that's better, of course. We'll do 4 at a time. Can you see my air fryer? It's back there on the corner. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull that out of there. I always like to put it underneath the hood fan. You can leave it in the middle of the counter, but it'll smoke show everywhere. That's on. We'll rearrange this to do our 4 at a time. So 2 batches, doing 4 per batch at 5 minutes, 390 on air fry. Turn off the vent here and we'll check it out. Still a little bit soft. Let's give it a little flip. I think I could have actually fit all of them in here. And you know you cook a lot when you can touch burning food with your bare hands. We're gonna pop that in. Let's do another 2 minutes. So we gave it a little flip just to kind of crisp things up a little. Maybe what we'll do is on this one, we'll try it at 7 minutes with no flip. So let me know what you think of this format using the wide angle versus all like mostly close-ups and cutaways and weird dad jokes and stuff. Do you like this format better? Let me know in the comments. That looks pretty good. We'll give it the knife test. Is it crispy? Oh, you hear it? I'll get closer. Sound good? I have a presentation bowl this time. We're assuming it's clean. It smells clean. Let's plop that in there and we'll get the next batch started up. At 7 minutes on this one, let's check it out. Give it a flip. How's the bottom? That looks pretty good. So it's 7 minutes with no flip. Yeah, I could use a little bit more. So let's give that another 2 minutes and see how that goes. Okay, there it is. Take those out. If this was a deep fryer, I would have no fingers right now. Let's scooch these over. See how much oil is actually in this thing after the fact. Being careful not to burn my fingers. Pop that into the sink. Okay, so you can see that there's like barely anything in there that dripped off. It only uses the oil that you use. So that's pretty cool. So we're not using tons and tons of oil. Let's put this on the stove to cool off. And there you have some lovely tofu. Let's garnish that with this. For the big reveal, I got a new kitchen gadget. Big thanks to my in-laws for giving me this little Christmas present. So that's the end of this. Nice and crispy. That extra firm tofu is really great. Nice meaty chew. Another good reason to use extra firm tofu is you don't need to drain it. It's already pre-compressed. I think Sunrise makes all the tofu. But this is the one that's kind of more vacuum sealed. The other ones come in a little like white plastic tub. They're filled with water. You gotta squeeze them for like 2 hours. Usually I put like a plate with a brick or something on top to squeeze it out. But this extra firm tofu, you don't need to do that. Super crispy. Kind of looks like a chicken McNugget, eh? The fry spice is super nice with the salt. Whatever you like, you can put on it. Everyone always says online and every cooking show that tofu is like a sponge. It absorbs every flavor. No, it doesn't, it's a lie. They're stupid liars, so stop lying about that. It's just like flavor adjacent. It'll always taste like tofu in the middle. You can wrap it around stuff, batter it, dump it in hot sauce, whatever you want. It will not absorb the flavor. Do not lie to me about tofu. Stop it. So that's it. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up, and we will see you next time with more meat.